What is up, guys? So iOS 14 official has been out for quite some time right now, and I have now my impressions about this software, full impressions, and I can give you full review of that. And be sure to stay till the end because I really have some important info considering this software, especially when it comes to older iPhones like 6s, 7, that nobody really is talking about, and I feel like there is a necessity. So with no more wasting of your time, let's get to the video. So my first impressions on iOS 14, back then beta 7, were really bad. I had to uninstall it and come back to iOS 13.7 due to the reason that my iPhone was draining battery very quickly. It was getting warm all the time regardless of what I was doing, as well as the experience overall on the home screen felt choppy. Did that change? Well, let's find out in this video. So eventually, after some considerations, I decided to install the iOS 14 official version and see how it was doing, since the reviews were mostly positive. People were saying that the performance would be great and the new features like widgets, you can see immediately Smart Stack here, the app gallery that finally puts my apps in order and I can, you finally have them organized. Here again, nice widgets, picture in picture, finally phone calls that don't take, full space on the screen. Instead, they just appear on the top of the screen. So I was really tempted by the new features as well as these hot new wallpapers which work with dark mode. So I was like, let's refresh my feelings about my phone, which is quite old, 4-year-old phone. So I was like, yeah, let's install it. That's what I did. And overall, the experience is pretty good. I have to say, like, the functionality is great of that. This phone really feels fresher, All of these new features that were promised, they are really making the experience much better. The phone feels newer, but you are trading these features for the cost of performance. Yes, many reviews said that performance would get even better on older devices as well, but I don't feel like that's the case. I mean, if you actually look at that, I don't know if you see that on camera, probably not, because I'm recording only 30 frames per second. But if you're actually swiping through screen and in between widgets, there's slight delay that is a little bit annoying, as well as here. Like, you see that it takes a little bit delay to launch this app library, and it doesn't work. Like, sometimes you wanna put your finger here and it's unresponsive, so it doesn't work. Now when I'm recording this, it works just like it should, but sometimes you press here a few times and it's not gonna work. Here is a little bit better, but you might have seen this delay as well. And also other things, apps are opening a little bit slower, just a little. It's not much significant, but if you actually compare it to iOS 13.7, there is gonna be some difference. I know this is an old device that has only like 3 gigabytes of RAM, 2 gigabytes of RAM, excuse me, older Apple A10 chip, but still it was performing like a champ on iOS 13.7, and now I feel like the performance you traded performance for the new features. And don't get me wrong, this device is not slow. It's not a slow device, but it feels choppy from time to time, and you finally feel that age has caught up to this. Like, the experience in this, the animations, they feel a little bit slower. I don't mind that, but I mind that there are some delays that haven't been present on iOS 14, and for the first time I feel like, just like back then when I installed iOS 11, which was very buggy since the beginning, for the first time I feel like the update really slowed down a little bit my phone. Like, other than that, it's great. The battery life is really good. I have no complaints whatsoever. The new features. Actually, there is one thing that I can complain about, and it's the in-camera. Like, when I take a picture, I feel like the quality of photos has become slightly worse. I don't know what is this. Maybe it's some kind of bug, but I definitely can see the difference. The photos that I took on iOS 13 looked a little bit better. I know this may sound stupid, but I really see the difference, as well as there is a bug that when I go to Safari, open YouTube there, video there, I wanna go back home, picture in picture, suddenly the picture appears for like half of a second and then disappears. So this is definitely not a polished version, and if you wanna install this, I guess you can do this. I mean, it's a free world, right? But you have to remember that you are trading top stability and top performance for the new features. So you have to consider what do you really want. If you wanna be on the newest version, enjoy all of these features that are really making this phone better to use, like the ability to finally search for emoji, the ability to have widgets, this app library, and tons of other new functions that iOS 14 introduces. You have to decide whether you want this or great performance. Like, I feel this device slowed down a little bit. Overall, I'm pleased with the update, but I hope Apple will be able to fix these problems because, like as I said, these bugs with picture-in-picture, overall in Netflix it works great, but in Safari it doesn't. It did yesterday, but today it's buggy and just won't work. And also I wish that the performance could be a little bit better, that maybe they can polish something, do something with these delays, because they really bother me. And in day-to-day use, like, these seconds of delays, they add up. Like in the app library, you just wanna go back to your home screen and suddenly there is a chop here and it's not gonna work properly. So I definitely don't like that. Overall, my opinion about this update is that it's pretty good. It introduced a lot of new functions and it was definitely worth to install, but you have to really consider if you wanna install it, if you wanna trade that a little bit of performance. I'm speaking about older device. I don't know how it is in newer cases. I know that on my iPad mini 5 with A12, and generally it's iPad, so it's a little bit different experience. The device became much better. Actually, maybe it's a little bit faster, but like on this older iPhone 7, I feel like it needs to be polished a little bit more. Hopefully Apple is gonna do that. And that will be this for now. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. I hope you are all doing well. Be sure to be well. Until next time, and peace.